Hi, I'm Noah Sad, and these are my group members, Kruta, Vitatsa, and Chuchang. And today we're going to be talking about the environmental costs of AI. So first off, what is AI? AI, which is artificial intelligence, refers to computational tools that are able to substitute for human intelligence in the performance of certain tasks. This technology is advancing exponentially each year. So, do you know how much of the environment is being affected by this? So, the advancements in AI are because of its GPU, which is the graphical processing unit. These GPUs consume a lot of electricity. The AI models can lead to better accuracy and performance, but heat up more quickly due to the heavy performance. So the technology that surrounds you today, the data it generates, it sends, it consumes, and analyzes is forecast to be more than 33 zettabytes right now. By 2025, about 175 zettabytes worth of data is going to be stored globally. That's 175 trillion gigabytes or 175 plus 12 zeros. So in June, a team of researchers from the University of Massachusetts published a paper on their study, where they measured the energy consumption required to train four large neural networks, which were the Transformer, Elmo, BERT, and GP2, which they trained on a single GPU for each day. They concluded that the amount being emitted by the model was around 626,155 tons of CO2, which is 34,636 times to what an average American generates. Greater adoption of technology and gradual shift to computation-heavy societies means more data needs to be crunched, and that requires even more energy. So in the US, data centers already account for about 2% of all electricity used. So two examples of big like AI and like data like that gets uploaded would be Siri and Alexa. To train these, it takes up a lot of data. So, and what people fail to realize is the negative effects, because when you're training it, it just takes up more and more energy, causing, even though you're going to use it every day, the more energy you use, it's not so good for the environment. So some solutions are, firstly, by reducing this energy consumption, will have positive knock-on effects on the environment. Further, it will also bring other benefits to businesses, such as reducing their carbon footprint and getting closer to carbon-related targets. Thus, companies should start using more renewable resources, such as wind and solar energy farms. Liquid cooling is more efficient at cooling because it can be installed closer to the device that it needs. It uses fewer kilowatt hours to cool high-level processing devices, lowering overall cooling costs for the data center and reducing the carbon footprint. So DSNN, it's the deep spiking neural network that uses stochastic process that adds random values which attempt to mimic how the brain processes information by introducing random values into a neural network so that it reduces the complexity of a neural network, thus resulting in lower energy consumptions. The neural network is a powerful type of machine learning which models itself by mirroring the human brain. Using GraphiCore's IPU, which is just a version of a GPU, called the Intelligence Processing Unit that features built-in processing, and it boosts efficiency as there's less need to send data between the chips. So reflections. So we think that the benefits of AI outweighs the cost of using them. So then it's highly recommended that we use it. For example, the system is being used by cancer researchers to scan millions of clinical reports to unearth insights on causes and treatments of the disease. Now, we never really thought that by playing games for hours or watching videos on Netflix or YouTube, no, not YouTube, but just on like Netflix and all those streaming websites would have a negative impact on our nature. So in summary, the AI models uses GPUs, and these GPUs consume a lot of electricity, which adversely affect the environment. Siri or any applications use a lot of energy, though is being used by many without noticing it. So by changing the algorithm, it can also prevent from high emissions of CO2. By using renewable energy, cooling liquids, and graphic cores, IPU, DSNN, these are possible solutions that could curb the issue. So now ask yourself, have you ever noticed that artificial intelligence affects this much to the environment? If yes, have you tried to find any solutions on how to fix it? And these are just our references for all of our data that we gathered. Thank you for listening.